Hello everyone, it's Nadie, and today we'll be testing out the new LA Girl Pro Matte Foundation. As you beautiful people know, this is about the product, not the people behind it. Any tiff you may have with them, please cast it away because this is a channel of positive energy. Okay? Thank you. So not gonna lie, I have never tried an LA Girl product. I've heard so many good things about them, especially their concealer and lately about their foundation. So I'm really fucking excited to hop on the LA Girl train. I will say though, when I was at Ulta, their color selection was a fucking shit show. No joke, they had like 5 colors to choose from, all of them for extremely light skin and all of them extremely cool tone. And when I say cool toned, I mean like deathly gray, which I do not mean to offend anybody by saying that. And I don't know if it was Ulta's lighting or what, but the colors just to me did not look human. I'm sure it was just the lighting because the 2 that I picked up actually don't even look that bad. In fact, this one might be my skin tone. It might also be a little bit too light, but the next one down was like deep tan. And the shading online is totally fucked up. Like this is supposed to be medium 675. I'm gonna hold 675 right up there and you can see how big of a difference that is. So if you're gonna purchase these, either go into the store or order like 5 of them because it's gonna be way different than what you think it is. But other than that, everything did seem okay. Like it's really pretty packaging. It's just your basic foundation, very similar to pretty much every LA Girl product. Simple but sleek and stylish, and I did get these from Ulta and they do often have like a $3.50 off coupon, so I did actually get these at different times for I think like $7.50 a piece, which is not bad at all. And the beautiful and fabulous ladies at Ulta actually suggested that I get multiple colors and whichever ones I don't use, just return. So I really appreciate that because not all makeup stores are like that. But I'm on the LA Girl website right now. This is a fairly new product. It only has 14 reviews, and with those 14 reviews, it has 4.5 stars, which is not too shabby. I always like to take a look at the reviews before we try it, not to form any opinions beforehand, but just to kind of warn myself for what could happen. Sometimes people say a foundation oxidizes, so I'll know to go in with a lighter shade. Some people give little tips and tricks, so just like to look at these little bitches. It looks like pretty much everybody who reviewed it gave it 5 stars except for 2 people, and this person who gave it 3 stars said that the foundation itself does get 5 stars, but because its shade range is such shit, they're bringing it down to 3 stars, which I do want to mention, this does have 14 different shades, but honestly, it doesn't go that light and it doesn't go that deep. They're saying it's perfect for any kind of skin, especially oily skin, which is almost unheard of. Typically, foundations and oily skin, they just don't mix well, but I'm guessing because this is a matte formula, it probably helps tone some of that oil down and works really good with it. It kind of makes me wonder though if it's gonna look like shit on people with drier skin like myself, so I guess we'll just have to see and find out. The good reviewers are saying pretty much the exact same thing. This person said they got every single color to add it to their professional kit. They even like it over the MAC foundation, which is saying a lot. It wears longer and better than makeup forever. It has a very light formula, but it covers a lot of flaws, so I'm very excited to try these little bitches. Like I said, the shade range is pretty bad. Here's the lightest shade, and here's the darkest shade. Not that light, not that dark, but maybe with the popularity of these, they'll expand in the shade range. I don't know. But knowing that this is way lighter than what's pictured online, that darkest shade is probably me when I'm tan. I do not get it. Anyways, the website's description says, with a soft and suede-like finish, Pro Matte Foundation will have you covered and shine-free all day. Creamy liquid formula provides smooth and buildable coverage for both day and nighttime wear. Minimize the appearance of pores and fine lines for even soft focus effect. It's a paraben-free formula with added vitamins and sunflower oil. I'm not sure how it's matte, yet they have oil in it. That's kind of interesting. But know that it does have oil in it, and it also has dimethicone, which is a silicone-based product, so if you have a silicone allergy, not the product for you. This says to use, apply to face with a sponge or a brush. I really appreciate the fact that they say that because sometimes we don't know, so I think I'm gonna do this side with a sponge and this side with a brush. And do we use a primer? I think we will use a primer, so let's go in with NYX's Gold Drops. And I'm not exactly certain which shade I should use. I'm guessing the darker one because this one just seems a little bit too light for me. So this is the shade M675, medium beige. That is not medium at all. That is very, very light. My God, my light keeps flickering. It's like a fucking Stephen King movie in here. Let's go ahead and give this little daddy a shake. Ooh, very nice component. It's got a pump, which I always like, and it is very cheap and plasticky, but I mean, it's not like this is a luxury high-end foundation. Ooh my, that smell though. Ooh, that does not smell good. Oh, that's... The frosting on this glass makes this look so much lighter than it actually is. Oh, that's interesting. That is extremely deceiving, and no offense to anybody, but that's really, really bad packaging wise. So now I'm not even sure. This might actually be too dark for me. Go ahead and pump some out. Ooh, very, very nice. Good consistency. It's kind of in between thick and thin. Let's go ahead and put it on this side of my face. Ooh! that color might actually be really damn good. Oh my, or it might be way too fucking yellow. I can't tell yet. Maybe not. Wow, that is really full coverage though. Wow. Definitely on the very yellow side though. I have no idea if that's picking up on camera, but in person I look like a fucking Simpson character. Damn, it looks nice. It is extremely matte though, like especially in my nose area, it looks matte. Like it looks really kind of cakey and dry, which I don't typically have that issue with foundation, so that's kind of weird to me. But otherwise, it actually looks pretty fucking good. Yes, doesn't it? I mean, it's definitely the wrong shade, like 150% the wrong shade. In fact, I probably could have gotten away with this shade, but whatever. But for the most part, it does look really good. Like it looks like my skin. It doesn't look like I'm wearing makeup. But in this area by my nose and on my upper lip, it just looks cakey, like it's not laying down. It does not look good there. Let's go ahead and apply the other half with a brush. And let's see. Oh, there is a slight difference between the fresh side and what I already put on, so I am thinking that it does slightly oxidize, but it's really not that huge of a difference, but it is a slight difference. Oh my, you definitely do not get as smooth of a look or as full of a coverage with a brush. Like, oh, damn. I think I'm just gonna use the sponge because I do not like the way that looks. But I gotta say, other than this little area right here, it looks really damn good on my skin. Like expensive foundation good. I just wish it were, I don't know, my color. But I'm looking on my monitor and on the camera, it actually looks pretty damn good. And in person, it's not like it's terrible. I just look a little bit more tan. So yeah, I'm actually really damn impressed. For being a matte finish foundation, it doesn't look cakey on my skin. It just looks natural and kind of fucking like it. But for me, the sponge definitely wins. Just to see how everything goes together, I always like to do an entire look when we review products, so please feel free to skip ahead. I will not be offended. Timestamps will be down below. For concealer, I'm going in with ColourPop's Beige 25. I figured since our foundation is supposed to be beige, we might as well keep everything in the beigey family. And let's also put a little bit on the forehead just to highlight. I'm mainly doing this because I want to see how it reacts to the foundation, if it wipes away as I'm blending this off, or if it blends together smoothly. And it seems to be doing okay. Like the foundation is not pulling up or anything as I'm patting this down. Yeah, it looks good. And actually, I do want a little bit more coverage today because I did not sleep well last night, if you know what I mean. Yes, that's right, I was up all night binge watching Friends. And before anything creases, let's go ahead and set underneath the eyes with some translucent setting powder. This is the RCMA No Color Powder. And for contour, I'm gonna dab a few little drops of Makeup Revolution in the shade C14. And blending that out, completely got rid of the foundation underneath. Whoopsie. But actually, it seems to lay okay when you use a lighter hand. I think I just went in way too fucking hard when I was chiseling the cheek out. I'm gonna go over all that with a little bit of Kat Von D's Subconscious. Damn, we definitely are missing a little chunk of foundation right there, and you can kind of see a big old gap. But honestly, I'm just gonna leave it be because we do have the rest of the face that we can see how it works with, and that was my own fault. It's not the foundation's fault at all. Not that the face needs any warmth, but I am gonna bronze up a little bit. This is with Cargo's Hydra Bronze Bronzing Powder. And for eyes, let's keep it on the simple side. I've been wanting to dip back into this blood sugar palette since the moment I got it and create something simple with it, so let's go ahead and do that. And by simple, I probably mean glammed up as fuck. And let's start off with a bit of tongue pop on this fluffy brush, and we'll start with that in the crease. Ooh, that is such a damn pretty color. Oh my god. But let's just gently blend that out in little tiny circular motions. And then let's also dip into Prick. This is by far my favorite color out of this palette. Oh, I love it. And let's also place that on the crease. Oh, this is such a beautiful neon color. Damn. And then on the lid, let's go in with a sweetener. And I know there's a little bit of fallout with the shimmer, so I'm gonna spray it with some setting spray. And let's just place that all over the lid. Oh, that is so pretty. Honestly, it reminds me of Double Life. Ooh, so beautiful. For the lower lash, let's smoke out some Prick and a little tiny bit of fresh meat. We'll give this lower lash a line with some nude liner. And of course, the bitch needs a wing. And since that shadow did remind me of Double Life, it only makes sense that we use Double Life as a highlighter. Oh, fuck yes. And here we are with the final look. For lips, I ended up going in with ColourPop's Frickin' Frack, and then in the middle, some of Morphe's Brunch. This foundation actually does not look half bad. Like, once all the powders are on it and everything's set, it looks pretty decent. It does not look cakey at all. The coverage is pretty good. It is kind of seeping into my fine lines on my forehead, but I've yet to see a foundation that does not do that. So let's go ahead and do a little wear time test. I will see you in just a second. But before we go, I do want to note that it still looks janky as fuck right there in my nose area, but I don't think there's much we can do about that. I think that's just how it's gonna be. So, okay, now we can go. See you in a minute. And we are back. We have just reached the 6.5-ish hour mark, and I don't know how I feel about this. It's not that this looks bad, it's just starting to look a bit cakey and kind of like powdery on my skin. It's kind of weird. And it does come off really, really easily. I'm not sure what's up with that, but I have a feeling that at least for me, this is not a long-wearing formula. Around 3 hours, I started to notice the texture change, and I think that's about as long of a wear time as I'm gonna get with this. At least before it stops looking really good and starts to look texturized. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like it looks terrible at all, but the closer that I get to it, the worse it looks, and it's starting to get patchy, like right under my eyes and especially in that nose area, so I don't know. And like I said before, from a distance, this looks beautiful, but if you're within like 2 feet of someone, they're definitely gonna be able to tell that you have cake face. I don't know if maybe my entire face needed to be set with powder, but like even under my eyes and my forehead where I did set it with powder, it doesn't look that much different. I feel like for a drugstore foundation, it's not that bad, but I also feel like there's a lot of really good formulas at the drugstore, many of which look much better than this, but I do think that my skin type does come into play because if you had oily skin, this would probably look so good, and I have a feeling that the cakiness would not be happening at all. It's almost like this needs oil to not look cakey. So I dare say that if you do have oily skin, this would almost be perfect. Like, it's full coverage, it went on beautifully. The shade range sucks, but there you go, I guess. If you do have oilier skin and you're looking for something matte that is full coverage, then I do recommend it, but if you have drier skin or normal skin like me, then probably wouldn't recommend this. Maybe I would mix it with a moisturizing foundation or use a really good moisturizer underneath this. Otherwise, I really only see this being gold for people with oilier skin. I personally am the type that does not like any texture at all. I like to have airbrushed looking skin, and this to me does not look airbrushed, but as I'm wiping this away, it's kind of starting to look, no, never mind, it's actually wiping off on my hands. Okay, so for me, unfortunately, this is a no, but it's not a hard no. I don't think this is a terrible product, it's just not a good product for my skin. But now this kind of has me curious about their other products, like I really want to try their other foundations and concealers now. But there you go, like always, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget my newest collection of highlighters, including Black Ice, which does change from black to white, is available at thepopluxe.com. Also, my latest album, Kiss of Fame, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at OfficialNady, and you can follow me online at thepopluxe.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye!